Ferrari's 2025 Formula One season hasn't exactly started on the right foot, but that could be about to change. After weeks of inconsistency and underperformance, the team from Maranello is preparing to unleash its first major upgrade of the season in Japan. With eyes on redemption and a clear path forward, Ferrari is hoping that this technical overhaul will breathe new life into a struggling campaign. But here's the catch: they're not the only ones chasing a breakthrough. With the Japanese Grand Prix just around the corner, several top teams are rolling out upgrades in a bid to climb the standings. The battle at Suzuka is shaping up to be more than just a race. It's a turning point. So who's really about to shake things up? Let's take a closer look at the storylines building up to one of the most critical weekends of the season. According to well-placed sources in the Italian media, Ferrari is expected to debut a redesigned floor on the SF25. This comes after a turbulent outing in China, one that offered both glimpses of promise and a heavy dose of controversy. In Shanghai, Lewis Hamilton lit up the track by taking pole and winning the sprint. But the post-race headlines didn't focus on his on-track performance. Instead, attention shifted to a cryptic team radio broadcast that seemed to show Mercedes ordering Hamilton to let Charles Leclerc pass. Ferrari boss Fred Vasseur didn't mince words. He slammed the broadcast edit as misleading, claiming it left out key context. According to Vasseur, it was Hamilton himself who proposed the position swap. Formula One management responded, insisting there was no intent to manipulate the story, and the missing part of the radio exchange was simply an oversight. But by then, the damage was done, and the drama had already ignited. To make matters worse, both Ferrari cars were disqualified after the Grand Prix. Leclerc's car failed weight checks, and Hamilton's Mercedes had illegal floor wear. It was a crushing end to what could have been a promising weekend for both. But here's where things get interesting. Despite the setback, Italian journalists are reporting that Ferrari is wasting no time. The new floor design, which could debut in Japan or Bahrain, is meant to address a series of critical issues, from unpredictable handling to excessive stiffness at the rear. Engineers believe this update could significantly stabilize the car and allow it to be pushed harder through corners, a weakness that's plagued the team so far. Veteran Red Bull advisor Dr. Helmut Marko hasn't ruled out Ferrari's comeback. "They'll sort it out," he said in an interview with Der Eric. And he's not alone in thinking there's potential. Technical analyst Paolo Filicetti also sees promise in Ferrari's upgrade trajectory, although he cautions the project is still in its early stages. Vasseur, for his part, is staying optimistic, even in the face of team tension. He dismissed speculation about a rift between Hamilton and Leclerc after their on-track tangle, saying, "Their collaboration is strong. I have no complaints." Ferrari's strategy now hinges on getting this update right. Their early season form was underwhelming, with poor results in Australia and only marginal improvement in China. They currently sit fifth in the constructors' standings, level on points with a resurgent Williams no less. That's not where a team like Ferrari expects to be. The pressure is mounting. Reports suggest a second, more substantial upgrade is on the way for the Bahrain Grand Prix. This next phase will build upon the new floor design and could define the rest of their season. The SF25 is reportedly fuel-efficient and well-packaged, but its rear-end stiffness is compromising overall balance. If the new upgrades solve that issue, Ferrari could unlock serious pace and finally mount a charge toward the front of the grid. But of course, Ferrari isn't the only team stirring the pot. Let's shift gears to Mercedes, who are quietly, methodically engineering a comeback of their own. After a chaotic few seasons of inconsistent performance, the Silver Arrows seem to be on a more stable path. The W16, this year's car, has already met several key targets set by James Allison's technical team. It's not just competitive, it's reliable, predictable, and more forgiving than last year's machine. And that's no small thing. The car's aerodynamic characteristics are solid, and it's holding up well against fluctuating wind and track temperatures. That kind of consistency is giving Mercedes something they haven't had in a while: confidence. Team principal Toto Wolff acknowledged the strong start, saying, "We always aim to win, but we know nothing is guaranteed. Right now, we're extracting everything we can from the car." So far, they've done just that, leaving China second in the standings and celebrating 2 podiums in the first few races. But like Ferrari, Mercedes has its eyes on a bigger prize, 2026. The next big regulation shakeup is looming, with all new power units and aero rules set to redefine the sport. Unlike some of their rivals, Mercedes appears to be embracing a 2-track approach: compete now and build for the future. Their engine development facility in Brixworth is reportedly ahead of schedule, and several insiders believe they're leading the charge toward the new era. Drivers like Carlos Sainz and Alex Albon have hinted that Mercedes could become the benchmark again. And with new manufacturers like Audi and RBPT entering the fray in 2026, establishing early dominance could be crucial. What's more, Mercedes has dodged a bullet with the latest FIA FlexiWing regulation changes. Unlike Red Bull and Ferrari, they haven't had to make emergency design revisions, freeing up their engineers to focus entirely on performance and development. That's a massive advantage. Wolff and his team are in a unique position, able to push for podiums now without compromising their 2026 efforts. And that brings us to the million-dollar question. Who's going to challenge McLaren? Right now, Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri look like they're driving the best car on the grid. McLaren's pace is ferocious, and their package is working everywhere, from street circuits to high-speed tracks like Suzuka. But can Ferrari's upgrades deliver a surprise? Will Mercedes stay in the hunt or shift all their chips to next season? And what about Red Bull? Can they rebound from their technical setbacks and internal drama? One thing's for sure, the Japanese Grand Prix is more than just another race. It could set the tone for the rest of the season. So, what do you think? Can anyone catch the papaya cars this weekend in Japan? Will Ferrari finally deliver a statement performance? Or will Mercedes surprise everyone again? Let us know your predictions down in the comments, and if you're enjoying this kind of in-depth F1 content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next breakdown.